a Cruising with Kayfabe about Mongo.
Emily, and today we have Jeff and Rachel, and we are going to
have some fun because Jeff and Rachel now get to join in on some fantasy booking, tinfoil, whatever else they want to put on top of their head, because we're going to book our very own Owen Hart tournament, but not just for the men, for the women too. So welcome back, Jeff and Rachel. Thank you so much.
Hello.
Thank you so much for having us. Appreciate it. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. So I guess I got to stop saying absolutely. That's going to be a drinking game in itself. But
yes, it
is. One of the questions I wanted to ask you guys, now that you sat through and you wrote everything down, what are your thoughts on like fantasy booking and like writing out a tournament or writing out a bracket?
I don't know how Tony Khan does it every week. Like, it was very hard to pick out people, how to put them together, who you want to see fight, and then you got to think about like who is rivals and you know, like
who has old storylines with each other and
who
things like that.
Who already has a belt that doesn't really need, you know, the upper hand. So yeah, it was very hard.
I thought there were a few no-brainers, of course, that are kind of hot and you want to definitely, you know, be pushing them and keeping them relevant. But yeah, it was definitely hard for a lot of the other ones. It was hard to narrow it down to 8 as well. You know, we were talking a little bit off air there, you know, some of these people maybe would be in matches to qualify for it and whatnot, because we got to be, a week or 2 away from this coming out?
And that's kind of what I wanted to lead into. What made me think of doing this is usually the finals are at double or nothing, and we're getting close to double or nothing, and they haven't even started yet. So do we think maybe it's Redemption is going to be where we see the finals taking place? Because I feel like the name Redemption has kind of something to it, especially with these tournaments.
Because is that July for Redemption?
They're saying it's going to be the July pay-per-view after Forbidden Door and before All In. So the final, so the winner gets to get a championship match at All In. So at Redemption the month before kind of makes sense.
I don't remember them crowning the Owen Hart so quickly. I just remember like the All In matches, but I don't remember them having.
The finals were always a double or nothing,
which were always in May.
Well, it started. Yes. It started that way at Double or Nothing. Then it went Collision, Dynamite, and then back to Double or Nothing last year again. So and now I think they're doing that on the regular now, I think.
So yeah, it's taken place different times. But like last year, famously, we had Hangman take on Ospreay in the finals, and then you had, Mercedes beating Hayter in the finals. So you had, 4 participants in a dramatic final. Kind of really made Double or Nothing last year.
Was it Hayter or Willow? I thought.
Willow wasn't a vote because Willow, I believe, won the year before.
And then was in the final the year before?
I believe
I thought she had, because, I knew she had a chance to go back to back or something.
Yeah, so this would be, so we don't know the participants. I was going to say, we don't know the participants this year, but last year, I remember Mercedes winning because she took on Toni Storm at All In, and then Hangman famously beat Moxley at All In the Texas Death Match. So it definitely sets up some great moments, but you almost kind of wonder because last year you had Forbidden Door take place in August versus June. This year Forbidden Door is back in June, so maybe some of this reshuffling of the schedule is kind of why we haven't seen it start yet, but Spring Breakthrough is kind of when it started. The reason why I remember that is because we had Josh Alexander debut, but we also had Mercedes and Athena in Boston, probably one of the greatest TV matches. So I definitely remember it happening earlier, so it's definitely a little later than this year, so I think it's good that we're going to fantasy book our own and see when it freaking finally happens.
Yeah, why not?
So maybe we may not have all the matches in the right order, but maybe one of us will
predict a winner.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely.
We may not get everybody correct, but we may get a winner correct.
We get to see the winner.
Well,
actually.
We get to see their championship matches at All In. So that'll be awesome.
And
looking forward to that.
I didn't even think of that.
Right now, with how situations are going so far, the 2 women that have won titles at Wembley are now in WWE, which I think is kind of weird when you think about it. Paige is now back in WWE. She won in 2023. She won the Owen, but she won the title. Blake Monroe came Mariah May. She won in 2024 at Wembley. So this could be the first women's champion that maybe doesn't leave. I know it's just kind of, I find that kind of ironic that the 2 times that's happened in Wembley, and one of the winners, Blake Monroe, one of the most famous winners, after she won the Owen, she goes up and she just bludgeons Tony to death. That was the Owen Hart finals.
Yeah.
and that was the Dynamite you were referring to earlier. So there's a lot here, a lot of stakes, a lot of things come into play, and that's
I think
kind of
that
redemption
might have been my favorite Owen Hart tournament to date. I think that, and then the first one,
the inaugural with Britt Baker and Adam Cole. I know that's Rachel's favorite. The couples winning.
Yeah, plus we were there live.
Well, and getting to
right.
be, because we got to see the pay-per-view, and we were at the Rampage Dark or whatever when they had the Chris Statlander, Ruby Soho, and somebody else. So they had semifinal matches leading up to it or whatever, so it was pretty cool.
And then you also have, who can forget, obviously you mentioned Will earlier, Ricky Starks winning and then just snubbing Liger. Remember he snubbed Liger for no reason?
I don't
that went to nowhere, but it led to a match. And then you have Bryan Danielson. He won. He got to go to All In and face Swerve. So there's been a lot of big moments with this tournament. A lot of names come out. You've had people debut in the tournament. You've had people show out in the tournament. You've had people win. Like, I mean, I personally never thought we'd see Bryan Danielson get another title. Him winning. It
was a great platform to get there, yeah.
I think that's great, and I kind of hope that's how I kind of took when I was fantasy booking mine. Like, I more went how I think it's going to go this year. So I'm curious to see how you guys kind of booked yours. So I guess when you say yours, maybe if you want to give it a little bit of thought behind it, as much as you want. So we're going to go around the room. We're going to do ladies first. We're going to start with the women's tournament. We're going to start with Rachael, Emily, Jeff, and myself. We're going to talk about our women's Owens tournament, who's in it, how it kind of shapes up, and who's going to All In to get that title shot. So, Rachael, who are the participants in your Owen Hart tournament?
Well, whenever I was doing mine tonight, I actually started from the winner and worked my way backwards. So, I definitely know that Windsor's going to be in it. And I also have Camille going up against her because she did come back. So when is she going to fight? So I think this may be her thing. And then, of course, Windsor wins that one. And then I have Hayter and Statlander because she's been in, 2? Maybe 3 Owen Hart. So, plus she's still, out there. And then I have Mina and Sheeta. And then I have Jamie Hayter and Mina, Hayter, and then at the
Camille,
end.
You said.
Oh, I do. Camille up here.
Well, no, I was just, because what do you got, 7?
Yeah.
So you need one more person in it.
Yeah, and I thought that Julia Hart would be the one that goes up against. Yeah, I think Julia's going to come out, and then Windsor wins.
I love it. You got the tag team partners potentially facing off each other. You got Windsor winning, getting to go to All In.
That's her final. That's her final, is the Brawling Birds.
Yep.
I love it. I love where you went with that. I love that you had the Brawling Birds. I love that you had Windsor getting to go to Wembley and potentially getting her a big moment in her home country.
Yes.
And I love that you brought Sheeta back. And I think that would be a fun one. I would definitely watch that one.
I didn't get number 7.
Let's see. Windsor, Camille, Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, Mina Shirakawa, Hikaru Shida, Julia Hart. Did I miss somebody? Alex Windsor?
We need one more, Rachael.
You only got 7?
Pressure's on. Surprise
Windsor, Camille.
entrance.
So you have a wild card.
I do.
Julia.
I do. Let's go Skye Blue.
I knew it.
She's always
Well,
my
that would be
fave.
what, her third one?
Yeah, she's
Skye
been in 3
Blue's
of
been
them.
in 2, so this will be her 3rd. Julia Hart's been in 1?
Julia Hart's been in 1, yep.
So this will be her 2nd. So both people with experience in it.
I like it.
And 2 tag teams are in there mixed around, so.
Statlander could wrestle.
I like it like you did there. You kind of made like the frenemy situation. Like, we're friends, but we got to fight in this tournament. I like it. You kind of made him kind of earn it with passion. What was the deciding factor on making Windsor winning for you?
Well, because I think that it's going to be like the first Owen Hart. So I also have the man or the guy winning.
We're not there yet.
Because I always go with my heart.
You want to go back to the roots. I like it.
Yes.
All right. Perfect. Well, I think we're off to a good start. Emily, no pressure. You have to beat that women's tournament. So who do you have? Who are your participants in your women's Owen Hart?
Okay. So
She's got a paper.
I went like a little more in detail for the women than I did the men. No shame.
She also hid this notebook and accused me of looking at it, even though I never touched the notebook, by the way.
Don't look at my notes.
She's still blocking it right now.
I know, I see that. She's got the...
So I'm just showing you my new bedazzling.
There you go.
So the first match up is going to be Chris Statlander versus Megan Bayne.
Okay.
Chris doesn't necessarily need to be solidified because she already is, whereas Megan Bayne is still not necessarily establishing who she is, but she's still making a name for herself. So I think that Megan Bayne is going to move on after a 10-minute plus match. Chris Statlander is going to use her Area 451 splash, but Bayne is going to kick out and hit a powerbomb of her own for the 3 count.
Okay, nice. Who you got for your next match?
So my next match, they happen to be in Britsburg, and she just so happens to re-debut and call out Skye Blue for a match at the Owen Hart. She's my wild card.
So Britt Baker versus Skye Blue.
For my wild card. So, but they have amazing promos back and forth. Britt's reminding us who she is, because she is the DMD.
Okay, not to interrupt you, but I feel like, wasn't there something I just saw today with the draft in Britt Baker?
Yeah,
like something with Pittsburgh?
Yeah, Pittsburgh Steelers invited her to the draft, so she's been on TV 2 nights on the NFL Network and stuff.
Yes, so I feel like that might have something to do with some stuff.
And they've been advertising those lucha masks, which I got as well. So, I mean, she'd come back in a Steelers mask. That could be your surprise. They're one of those Steeler lucha masks.
So I predict a video package, and then the next week or something they would have their match. But Skye Blue plays up not having time to prepare on who she was going to have a match against, kind of like MJF just did. And then Britt's going to cut that promo, and then Skye Blue's going to hit a code blue, but gets caught and trapped by the lockjaw, and it's going to be the pink glove.
Okay.
I think it'll be a cool Owen Hart nod.
See, she's going back to your roots too, Rachel. She's going back to your roots.
I like that.
Okay. Who's your next set of matchup?
So my next round, because I got to go to the other side of my bracket now, right?
However you set it up. I don't know. You wouldn't let me look at that paper.
Okay, so my next round. So Sheeta versus Persephone. And Persephone's going to win in a fast-paced bout, 5 to 6 minute match. Because she can use her kendo stick.
Okay. Who else you got?
Fair.
Okay.
My next match is Queen Aminata versus Zeta Steel. Massive backstage segment with Skyflight giving Zeta a pep talk. Queen Aminata interrupts them, and they have a good stare down. And they'll have a great match lasting 12 to 15 minutes, ending with Queen Aminata breaking out the juicy lock, which she hasn't used in forever, submitting Zeta Steel.
Okay. Nice. So now you got one more match before your semifinal. So who's your last match before the semis?
No, these are my semis.
Okay.
I just did both. So my semifinal is Queen versus Persephone on this side. And it's going to be a hard-hitting match, lots of near falls. Midway through, Queen Aminata will win with a quick roll-up over Persephone.
Okay. What about your other semifinal?
Megan Bayne versus the Doctor, Britt Baker. Britt's going to come out with a Rainmaker into a Baker Buster, but she's going to get countered by Bayne. And Bayne's going to hit a Fate's Descent for the win.
Okay. So your finals is Megan Bayne versus Persephone?
No. Megan Bayne versus Queen Aminata.
Oh, that's right. Queen Aminata with a roll-up. I apologize.
Yeah, she got that quick roll-up. So the promos are going to be amazing. We're going to have the Goddess versus the Queen. So their graphics, I'm thinking the big picture here. So I'm thinking you got to go big. Everything's got to line up. I don't know. That's where I went.
Okay, so who wins the finals?
Yeah.
After 10 minutes, Megan Bayne's going to powerbomb Queen Aminata into a 3 count. So this way, we get to see everybody in pink as well. I want to see Megan Bayne in pink gear that she just debuted at Dynasty. Run that gear back.
Okay. So far for winners, we have Alex Windsor and we have Megan Bayne. I like that. Definitely a good variety. So now Jeff's up to the plate. Jeff has his Owen Women's Tournament. So who are your participants, Jeff, and how's your Owen Hart Tournament breaking up?
Okay. Like I said, this I thought there was a few that were pretty easy to pick in certain ways, and then after that, it really got kind of out there and had to have some maybe tinfoil and whatnot. I definitely agree on Chris Statlander and Sheeta. I think those are two that because of that matchup now with them being together on television, kind of doing the tag team thing, I think they would definitely have a good match somewhere in that. Kind of like you said too, playing, making them earn it and whatnot. Then I'm going to go a little different. I'm not sure if you get Hayter and Windsor in this tournament. Ooh. For some reason, I'm feeling like you might get Orr.
Okay.
That's one thing I've been thinking, because I like the matchup of having them to fight each other, of course. So that's the one thing that entices me about this tournament, is to have them do that. But Jamie Hayter's had some championship shots already.
She has.
Alex Windsor, I think, to this date, maybe has had one, maybe.
Yeah, she had one on Dynamite very recently.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So this would be, kind of her first big thing. So I'm going to say Alex Windsor over Hayter being in the tournament.
Okay. Like Edge's route for the participation, I like it.
Yes. Maybe their match is to get into the tournament, like we talked about with those qualifying,
Ooh,
kind of a qualifying match, Oh, hey, let's beat the piss out of each other and see who deserves to be in this.
Could be like that. That's what they could do on Playoff Palooza. They could have like play-in matches. That'd be fun.
So to speak, yeah.
Okay.
And that way you would get those two matchups that you're looking for, Sheeta versus Chris, and the other one, but not all of them are in the tournament, but they're at least kind of involved and spoken of in it. So then I agree with Camille. I think since she's back and we saw her and she just had a match, there's no reason why she shouldn't be in this, because I feel like this tournament is kind of who's hot, who's television all the time, who's in some storylines. So I feel like, this would be a good chance for her to get some exposure and whatnot, and just to kind of prove herself. Then Mina, I think, is also a quality one to look for in this. I'm borderline with her, but I also agree with Emily on Queen Aminata. I think she definitely should be a participant. She's coming back and whatnot. So it makes it tough, like I said, because, then you think, well, what about Harley Cameron? She needs to do her singles thing since she's kind of been the, she's been out there. But then Skye Blue and Julia Hart have a ton of experience in this tournament. Who to say shouldn't be. Then also Emily, talking about Megan Bain. I know she's tag champion, but how cool would that to be a Megan Bain versus Lena Cross match in this tournament?
I'd be here for it.
You know what I mean? That kind of same deal, pitting these tag teams up against each other and having that like friendly rivalry, or friendly competition. I like that aspect. So
that's fun.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where it got difficult for me, was those and/ors, or maybe Megan Bain and Lena Cross have that kind of qualifying match between each other, since they're the divine dominion, to kind of decide who should be the person that represents them or something, maybe.
I like it.
So I think those could be some things leading up to it, but we'll go Chris, Sheeta, Alex Windsor, Camille.
For your semis?
No, just
for your,
who's in it. I'm trying to narrow it down.
Oh, I got you. That's right. We did the play.
Queen Aminata.
That's right.
5.
One more.
No, I need 8. Thank you for your counting, Rachel. We'll go Megan Bain, 6.
You had Lena.
Nope, that's a qualifying match.
Gotcha. Okay, I
Skye and
misunderstood.
Julia.
I want to, but I can't. I'm going to go with a surprise person now, since I talked all that. I'm going to go with Ruby Soho.
A return. I like it.
Because
2 returns tonight.
Because Ruby's also been in this tournament twice and got damn close to winning it and never could. So she has history with this. I think she's cleared, healthy, and ready to go. So I've heard she's been training and doing stuff.
Huh.
This would be a good appearance for her to come back, I think.
I like
If she was gonna, So there's my... Yeah, and I think next year, the second year, didn't she go
I believe
back
she did
almost
back-to-back years, yeah.
final both times and lost, I think. Yeah.
Because the first year she lost to Baker, people were upset. I remember that.
Oh, yeah. Well, and we were the match when she fought Chris Statlander and she beat Chris. Everybody went crazy, too. Whoa. Yep. She got booed big time. Everybody was real shocked with the reaction of Las Vegas that night.
They definitely were.
Okay, I need one more.
One more.
I already did my Joker.
You have Harley, Mina.
I'm going to go Mina Shirakawa, I think.
Not Harley?
Nope.
Harley would be a good play-in match. I see a good qualifier match.
She could be a qualifier one to try to get or something. But semifinal is Chris versus Windsor.
Ooh.
Actually, I'll go Chris versus Sheeta.
Ooh,
and then I'll go Chris versus Sheeta. That'll be their matchup. And then I'll go Megan Bain versus Alex Windsor.
I like it.
Okay, then my final is going to be Chris versus Windsor.
Oh.
And Windsor takes it.
You guys agreed on, oh my
God. No.
It's definitely, I have her, Megan. I'm really because, I mean, one of them two, I think, it's hard not to play the home country and a lot of that for that championship opportunity. So, but it's also hard to kind of go against Megan Bain if she gets pushed in this. So, but I'm going to go with her. First time in a long time, especially on something like this. But I'll go ahead and go with her, and we'll go Windsor.
If Jamal was live with us right now, he would just send up so many shocked face emojis because...
Yes. Yes, he would. Yes, he would.
Wow. We have 2 Windsors winning. That's incredible. So we've had some great winners, some great tournaments, and we've had a lot of common opponents. But I have 1, 2... 3 that haven't been mentioned yet. So I only have 5 common opponents in mind.
Ooh.
So I have 8. I have Mercedes in the tournament.
That was another
Sheeta,
one.
Statlander, Skye Blue. I have Billy Starks making an appearance in this tournament.
Okay, yeah.
I
almost did.
Queen Aminata, and I have a wild card.
Wait, I missed one.
Queen Aminata, high-end, wild card, Billy Starks.
High-end, that was one, yeah.
So, I'll start with my wild card matchup because that's why High End is in this match. Because High End is going to be first the wild card, who's going to be Danny Luna. So they're going to run back their history from the independents. We're going to see Danny Luna come in, and Danny Luna's going to win. The next side of that bracket, I have Queen Aminata taking on Mercedes. Nice. But I have Mercedes getting the win over Aminata. I have a very close match, but I have it like one of those like respect match. Like Aminata was close so many times, Mercedes won. It's more of like a respect, like the code of honor. You can start seeing the trend. I then have, I kind of want like a Gunslingers Young Guns match, so I have Billy Starks versus Skye Blue. And I have Skye Blue pulling off the upset because in my Continental Classic, I didn't let Skye Blue win a damn thing. So I'm giving her the win here over Billy Starks. And then my last match, I have Hikaru Shida versus Chris Statlander as well, because I like that dynamic. But I have Shida upsetting Statlander just mainly because of my semis, how I wanted my semifinals to shake up. So my first semifinal is Shida versus Chris Statlander. My second semifinal is Mercedes Mone versus Danny Luna.
Okay.
I have my finals being Mercedes Mone versus Hikaru Shida.
Ooh.
Because Hikaru Shida is a champion that Mercedes has not beat in AEW. Ooh. So I have Mercedes beating Shida to kind of get that last ounce of respect at AEW Redemption and getting her back-to-back Owens, the first female, the first woman, the first wrestler of any kind to win back-to-back Owens. Yeah. But also win it in a better fashion. She didn't cheat to win this time. She's going to win it the honor way, and she's going to beat someone who is a day one AEW, one of the, the champion. That's how she's going to get to All In. So that's who I have for my women's tournament. So I have Mercedes Mone running it back. So
and
that some different vibes there.
Well, and that was definitely a way I had on my list was doing Mercedes instead of Ruby as well, like because it was like we can go which way, but I kind of was wondering if somebody would pick Monet to be in this because it does make sense as well. I can't deny that at all.
I don't want her to. If this is the one title she keeps.
Well, here's the thing: is remember when she was going for that world title, she couldn't do it. She kept choking. She kept failing. So she kind of like supplemented it by winning those other belts as like consolation prizes for herself. So she could do everything but win the prize. So that's why I think we're naming this pay-per-view Redemption.
Renewed focus, because
like,
now she doesn't have the distractions.
She doesn't care about winning the belt. She cares about AEW. She's going to focus on it. She wants to right the wrong. She's not going to be a heel anymore. She's going to be babyface.
Okay.
Because I basically had a heel Sheeta in my finals because Sheeta's been leaning to the heel.
Yes, she has been.
That's why I said she didn't win because she didn't have her kendo stick.
Right, because she's not.
No, that's fair.
She's not using that to her advantage. I caught that. But did Emily see my notes? No, because see, mine are open. I didn't block you from them.
Well, the Owen matches are kind of like the Continental, where they have like no, like you can't interfere.
You can. There's no rules on that. They're just regular matches.
Ah, shit! My stuff would have been way different. Okay.
Well, you still have time to think, because now we're going to Uno reverse this, and we're going to do almost like a snake draft. So this time, I'm gonna read my men's, then we're going to go Jeff, and we're going to go to Emily and Rachel. And we're going to, kind of like a snake draft, and honor the draft, go kind of loop backwards.
So people can come out during the matches, correct?
Yes, there can be interference, there can be shenanigans.
You can
there's still
have
disqualification.
managers, yes, you can have managers and everything else, but you can't, do whatever you want.
Yeah, there's not like hardcore rules.
Like Don Callis.
They're basically regular singles matches. Like they're, probably 20-minute time limits, like you were saying. Disqualification if you do things. Obviously, you can get ejected from ringside. But it's an easier booking device when you don't put those rules in yourself because you can have the shenanigans to protect people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
So for my men's, I went a little bit different on this one. Emily's going to groan at least 2 of these, but I have a reason.
Okay.
So my first entrant is a returning Samoa Joe because I feel like he's got his eyes set on that title. He didn't lose it. Hangman got the pin, not him.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have Swerve because we're forgetting about Swerve. He's been in that title picture. Bruv, he's got to be in it. Will Ospreay, he's in my tournament.
Mm-hmm.
However, so doesn't Moxley because Moxley knows Ospreay's in it. Then you have Andrade. He declares because he hasn't got his shot yet. Yeah. Kevin Knight because he wants to be a double champ. And then Brody King's like, you can't forget about me either. I'm just going by who's saying, hey, I want TV. But then last but not least, someone who declared for the title but wasn't a lot of fanfare, Roosh. So I kind of wanted to kind of make it for people who've declared for the title and make this like a beefy tournament. So my first match is a match I just want to see, Will Ospreay versus Andrade.
Ooh.
I just think that would be such an incredible match to see.
And who wins?
Will Ospreay wins. Very close match. My second match is Samoa Joe versus Roosh because, yes.
Banger.
And who wins?
Samoa Joe wins. Then I have Swerve Strickland versus Kevin Knight. Just because I kind of like that, you have the Kevin Knight, who's kind of like the future. You have Swerve, who's starting to get into that aging veteran status. I think it's a good match to kind of help get him up there. But I have Swerve winning because it's just not Kevin's time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Then a match that I feel like we all want to see, Moxley versus Brody King.
Nice.
And I have Moxley barely escaping, Brody just barely getting defeated. Moxley having to basically use the rope to bulldog choke him when the ref's not looking, interference, shenanigans. Moxley would win that one. So then I set up the craziest semifinals I could think of, which is Will Ospreay versus Samoa Joe and Moxley versus Swerve. I have Will Ospreay beating Samoa Joe, but at what cost? Because he's going to be selling that neck injury. He's going to be, he's gone through the gauntlet. He's had to go through the quickness of Andrade, the brute force of Samoa Joe, and then he's going to wait for Moxley, who beats Swerve Strickland on the other side. So the finals of my Owen Hart are Jon Moxley versus Will Ospreay. And this is why, again, it's also called Redemption, because Ospreay wins by finally defeating Moxley. So Ospreay heads into All In to go for that big, beautiful belt. He gets his redemption. He beats Moxley. He puts that demon. He fought through crazy adversity. And he goes after Kenny Omega, who just won the title at Double or Nothing. And we get Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay for the title at All In. Lock it in.
Nice. Who's Kenny beating? Is he taking it from Darby?
I think it's going to be a fatal four-way. I think we're going to see I'm still trying to figure out who's going to be, because everyone's going after the title right now.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to stick to it. So I think it's going to be MJF in the match. I think Darby's going to be, I think Kenny Omega. I can't really figure out a fourth yet, but I feel like there's going to be a fourth person in that match. And I think, or it could even be a 5-person match. I think it's going to be a crazy match. That way it keeps everyone protected, but Kenny can kind of come out with that title.
Okay. Gotcha.
Now Jeff's got his men's winner. Well, I shouldn't say winner, men's tournament to fantasy book and see where he takes us to All In for his men's champion.
Okay, so agreeance: Will Ospreay, Brody King, Andrade El Idolo, Samoa Joe, Swerve Strickland. I agreed with all of those because, like you said, those are all guys title chasing, and it works for them because Swerve needs to get back in that title picture. This is a great way for him to build towards that. Same with Joe, who's returning, like you said. That's why I included him. He also has experience. He's been to the finals of this tournament before. So, my weird tinfoil, and
I love it.
is, could this be where Hangman has his out, so to speak?
Because he wins. Oh, I see where you're going. Okay.
Could this be, he be like the Joker or something that comes out and they're like, well, what the heck? How can you be in this tournament if you win? So I don't know. It's just something I thought that would be like really awesome because it is an out. Awesome. I don't know if it would work. It's just something I thought of. So
he has been on TV for a while, so that would be a good surprise.
Yeah, and then I went another way. I liked your Kevin Knight in there for the double championships like he has been talking about and just having the match recently with MJF. But I went with Speedball in this tournament to go the other route of that team.
Speedball.
And then another guy that I think could be something in this possibly, maybe, I guess this is more of my want, than anything. This is my heart versus anything. But I just want to throw it out there, maybe will it into existence, is Juice Robinson in the tourney. I don't think it'll happen. Yeah, I don't think it'll happen, but I think that would be awesome to let him have his redemption. I'm not saying he gets that far, but I think he would be cool in this tournament.
Even a shocking upset and getting to the semis would be such a momentum booster for him.
Yeah, because I feel like he's kind of started to get over with the crowd pretty good here recently. He's been working hard. You can tell he's trying to do things a little different, and he's putting in the work, I think. So is that my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? I need one more, right?
I was surprised he didn't say Jay White. That's who I honestly thought was going to be his wild card.
It's in my tinfoil note section here. Jay White and Hangman.
He did get fucked over on that Continental.
He did.
Yeah, but then I also feel like Ciampa would be possibly somebody good to have in this. And then my really left field one, tinfoil, is because this is the Owen Hart tournament, and to my knowledge, this person has never participated in this tournament. He also has, Canadian roots and everything else.
This purple's fitting.
So my thing is could Jericho become an entrant with his new persona he's doing and everything else? Could he come in and do this? He's never done it. He could be like, hey, I want this honor. I've done it all. I don't need any of the, the World Heavyweight Championship. I need this Owen because, I never got a chance to wrestle him in real life, or in life, and, this and that. He was one of my heroes, and...
Kind of like what Jeff Jarrett did.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe Jericho could be that, but he ain't going to get that far. But I agree. I went for my semifinal. I went Will Ospreay versus Brody King.
Oh.
With Will coming out, kind of that same thing you talked about with Joe, that banger style. But then my other side is Joe versus Swerve. So I banged on both sides, I guess, not to be...
I know what you mean.
Calm down over here.
I was like, oh my God, I heard
Easy.
As our chief say, I don't even think that's PG.
Yes.
One Joe versus Swerve.
It's Joe versus Will in the final.
Oh my God, you're going to make him go through, literally go through the ringer. He's going to have to go through two big beefy boys.
Because I liked where your head was at with that too. That's why I kind of considered, or vice versa, to be honest with you. But I think he's going to have to tackle Joe or Brody in that semifinal, regardless. So, but we already have back to back. I'm going with that same thing, bruv. Will Ospreay with the dub, coming out on top.
Finally getting his win in the finals. He came up so close against Hangman.
Yep. Now, like I said, I would love for Hangman to do his thing with it, but I just don't think it's the right time for it yet. But it would be awesome.
It's a good out. It's one of those contracts, like the Casino Battle Royal. That is a good out because he's like, hey, listen, I'm not challenging. I like it.
I want
Nothing's
it.
Permanent.
And that's what I mean. So he has to have an out sooner or later. I think this is too soon, but it would be cool.
All right, Emily, who is taking home your men's own? Who do you have, and who is holding up that silver cup and taking that big, beautiful belt?
I just want to point out, I apologize to everyone listening to this that we all four have a different way of explaining how we're doing this. And
Why are we apologizing?
Because I feel like mine is the worst take on all of this. Okay.
No, not at all.
It's so confusing.
Wait, so you're being an individual and expressing your own opinion? Oh no!
I thought that's what we promoted here, but I guess
right.
Not. Stop that. You need to conform.
Shame on you for being.
I'm going to need some. Yes, I need conformity out of you, please. Okay, thank you.
All right, so to start off, I have Ace Austin versus Ricochet.
Yes,
Love
please.
it.
Ooh.
High
Love
Flying
it.
Glory. Ace is going to sneak a quick roll up after a 10-minute match. Great promos, a work up to the match with the Bullet Club Gold versus the Demand to have that contendership style.
Okay, kind of like they have to faction warfare to get in the tournament. Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay,
they have to work together as
Who
a tag
earns
team
it?
to figure out. Yeah.
Okay, I
And
like
then, I forgot about my other one. And then I have Brody versus Kevin Knight. So it's a fast pace. Brody's going to knock Kevin out of focus, and he's going to land a 3 count in less than 6 minutes.
Oh, he's just going to destroy poor Kevin.
Yeah, but I mean,
Sorry, Kev.
Kevin Knight's going up against so many people right now. He's going to be kind of tired.
I guess he literally ran into the wall. That is Brody King. I like that though.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
My next matchup is Myron Reed versus Bandido, another high-flying showcase,
Okay.
ending with Bandido getting the pin over Myron in a solid 10-plus minute match.
Okay.
My next match is my favorite of this. I have Speedball versus Andrade. It's going to take 15 to 17 minutes, a fun engagement. Veda Scott is going to be the hottie at ringside that takes a picture with Andrade.
Oh no!
And Veda is going to turn on Andrade because obviously going to send Bailey into a spiral, causing him to lose via quick roll-up. So Andrade is going to get that win.
I like it.
Next up, we've got in my semifinals, Bandido versus Andrade with a great build-up. It's their second dream match. Andrade is going to get too cocky, and Bandido is going to capitalize for that win. Maybe he's stripping down and gets pinned. We all know I enjoy that, okay? Just saying.
I mean, considering Vancouver chanted for the man to take his pants off, I think we can assume a lot of people enjoyed that.
I just think it's so funny. I just think it's just hilarious.
I just think it's funny that people are chanting for him to take his pants off. What?
Yeah, it is kind of funny.
My next match is not as fun. It's a little painful. It's going to be Ace Austin versus Brody King.
Is he going to get squashed too, or?
Brody's going to take Ace down in a solid 3-minute showcase.
Oh my god. Brody's just steamrolling people.
So,
Yeah, he is.
And it's going to get a quick 3 count. But that means that we're going to get epic promos for Bandido versus each other in the finals.
Okay, I see where you're going here. You got Bandido
best
versus Brody
friends,
King.
chemistry,
Yeah,
fluidity.
I like it.
Macarena.
Yeah, so Brody's going to get the win in a heartfelt ending and still keep that bromance alive because they're going to remain friends despite having such a phenomenal match because that chemistry is just so good.
So you got big bad Brody King winning the Owen. I like it. I like it.
Nice.
And I'm predicting we got Brody King coming out in all white and his logo being hot ass pink.
Okay. I like that you predicted the gear. You really put thought into that. I like that. Yeah.
Of course I did. And Bandido's going to come out in white as well. He's going to have his all white with, like, some pink lacing and stuff.
Okay.
I like it.
I like the men in pink, but let's keep that to, like, Kyle Fletcher and Darby Allin.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, Rachel, last but certainly not least, you have someone to crown. You've kind of hinted who's there. So how are we getting to that? Who is in your Owen Hart tournament, and how do we get to the finals?
Well, first up, I agreed with a lot of them, actually. I have Ospreay versus, I have Rico Suave. Andrade.
Rico Suave, I love it.
That's what she calls him, too.
I do.
I call him Fabio.
Hey,
Nice,
that's a close second. She does that, too.
Yes, and then I have Brody King versus Moxley as well.
Yes.
Yeah, I figured that's going to be a good one. I have Brody King coming out on top of that one, too. I have Rico Suave. I already have him up against Ospreay. I screwed that up. Anyways, I have Ciampa and Samoa Joe going up against each other.
Holy crap.
Yes, that's going to be a really good fight. I have Ciampa winning because Samoa Joe can take the loss. I have Brody King and Ciampa going up against each other. Brody King winning. Ospreay's going to win it up at the top here. I don't know how I screwed it all up, but I did. But coming down to the end of it...
She has Ospreay versus Andrade as her other semifinal.
Oh, yeah.
I just figured I'd help you.
There you go.
I like that, though.
Yes. I have Ospreay winning. And then Ospreay versus Brody King. And then Ospreay winning it all with Windsor because they will be married then. And they will be like the new couple of AEW. So
she wants that
like
moment
it.
again.
Yes,
She's
going
for
back
King
to the
and Queen.
first.
I love it.
Yes.
Little callback, and in England.
Yep.
King and Queen of Hearts. I like it. I like it. You know, they may not be in the Hart family, but they're representing the Hearts in the tournament. So I like it. And then they go to Wembley, and we're all going to ugly cry when Ospreay holds the title. We're going to ugly cry if Windsor holds the title. We're just going to all be happy to be there either way. But that sounds phenomenal.
That's correct.
Well, Brody King had a great tournament.
We all have, like, such a variety. And you guys still all ended up with Ospreay, but Rachael and I both ended up with Brody still in the finals.
Well, and Brody made it far in almost everybody's, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I had him in the semifinal. So, I mean...
I think, and I would love to get everyone's thoughts on this. This has probably been my favorite time of AEW the past few months because I can't remember a time in wrestling when so many people have declared for the world champion. I feel like it's always like they set up a program as like one or two people maybe, but I feel like AEW is like, hey, you got a pulse, you're going for the title. It's like I'm not complaining. I love the anarchy, the chaos. Like everyone's like, I want that title.
You know who else could do really well in this that none of us put in? Dunkzilla.
Yeah.
He would do really well.
I feel like he'd be a pin eater though. I think that's the only down thing because I feel like he's someone who would have to.
It's not a continental though. It's just one pinfall.
That's what I mean. But I think he'd have to be someone to like put someone over.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I think it'd be fun though. Yeah. I mean,
you could legit have
Brody?
6 title people in this that are contending with Will, Brody, Andrade, Kenny Omega could possibly even be in this tournament. I mean,
I know that
has he ever been in one? I don't think he has. So. That could be his way to get his like I know they're kind of saying that maybe last ride, but this could be a way for him to get and then there's your Kenny versus Will as the final.
See, I could see that too. Like them versus the final for a trip to All In on the line. Like,
yeah,
holy crap.
So I mean, that could be, I think, a very good possibility as well, depending on how they want to go.
Well, what about Hangman Page?
I just did it I kind of think he needs to stay out currently because they got a lot of other storylines. Yeah, they got a lot of storylines going on, and he's not a world champion picture right now.
And I think that's why. Like, I know we all kind of criticized it when he never challenged, but I think him not being in the picture kind of helps because you have Swerve, Samoa Joe, Brody, Ciampa, like of all these people. I mean,
there's 6-7 people chasing it right now.
I never thought Darby was going to win that title. That's why, like, when we were texting you, Rachel, like, I didn't want to spoil. I'm like, no, you just need to watch because I couldn't ruin that moment for you. I
cried. I was clapping in my chair. I was like, yay!
I was like sitting there waiting just in case to start recording Cam's reaction. And I'm so thankful that I was able to get his little bit that he did because he was speechless. And to see him have this wrestler that you aren't sure if he will ever win a championship that big. Like, no offense, but Darby, no one knew if you were going to take this or not. Like,
Yep.
and you freaking do it, and then it's like the most crazy thing. No one expected that, honestly. Like, if you expected it going into that night, I'm shocked.
Yep.
I mean, when the night played out, I knew it was happening. Only because the way they were setting that show up, they were set up for Darby because like he was in so many.
That, if it wasn't his hometown, like there's so many other scenarios.
Oh no, it wasn't
perfect.
until he cut his crying promo that I knew. When he cut that promo, I went to like 60-40.
At 10:05, I have a screenshot of our child.
Yeah, it's awesome. I saw that.
And
Yeah.
I think what I love, and I know Rachel, you can 100% attest to this too, Emily too, and others. I got to see Mick Foley when I was like 12 years old. I remember seeing him. I'm not comparing the run, but I remember being so like, oh my God, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time just won the title. I didn't think this would happen. To now be a dad and see Cam win that, like that almost that same moment of like young 12-year-old kids seeing the wrestler that he's like, yeah, this is the car crash guy. He's never going to win. Like, this is the guy who just throws himself at everyone. Like, what?
Well, and he's not the biggest, and the strongest and all of that either. But he's one of the toughest.
Coffin
And
drops on everybody. Doesn't even
he
watch
shows
when
that
he
every
does
week,
it. Yeah.
I worry about him sometimes, but he does show, hey, I'm the toughest motherfucker out here.
I just rewatched the Double or Nothing ladder match from 2020. Yeah, 2020.
Oh, when he like rides it all the way down.
Broke his leg and then was still wrestling. Isn't that when he broke his leg?
He didn't break his leg.
No, I don't think it was leg.
He broke his foot when he fought Jay White. He didn't break his leg.
Yeah, there you go. I was going to say, I thought he broke his
You're talking
foot or something.
2024 when he broke his foot.
I just remember him skateboarding down the ladder and getting hurt, and then I was like, I thought he was out. I forgot he kept coming back.
No, I think the only time he was ever out for a significant amount of times, we got hit by the bus and broke his foot.
Yeah.
And came back with like that face thing for Double or Nothing when he set
The
Jack on
thumbtack
fire.
face mask.
Something like that, yeah.
Dashing
And that
Cody
guy's a
Rhodes.
champion.
Yep.
It's funny too because I was talking to my brother about it, and he doesn't really watch a lot of AEW. He watches a lot of WWE, but he saw a picture of me. He goes, oh, is that kind of like when Jeff Hardy won? Because he's seen Darby jump off the ladder, and I was like,
Yeah.
it kind of is. It's like that Daredevil high flyer that
Rey
just really
Mysterio.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, that's cool. He was like very punk rock of them. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. AEW is kind of the punk rock, like they're the alternative, and I definitely enjoyed that. And I'm excited to see where it goes. And again, whoever wins this tournament, whoever wins the Owen, like even if none of the people we picked are in it, I think they must have a plan for that world title, and I think it's going to be a fun one. So I know a lot of people were upset with Darby winning, but I feel like even if he's got a 30-day reign, he loses a Double or Nothing, he's just going to go out there. I mean, look at Ciampa's match.
Yeah.
They went out there,
That
balls
was
to the
good.
wall. That nasty bump off the top when he took him to the outside and dropped him on the floor. I don't think I've
He
ever
said he
just
thought he found his soulmate that night.
his wrestling soulmate. Yep.
Yep.
Well, they had a great
That's
match.
scary.
You could tell they had good chemistry, and they both are like to be physical. So that's the thing.
That doesn't mean I want to see Darby
Yeah.
wrestle him all the time.
Well,
And
Maybe
Sting
this is
came
like
out.
the 5 matches.
And now he's going after Brody King, which I mean he's
Yeah.
got
We've
two.
seen this before.
He's got but
in a bad. Like, that's what I'm like.
he's
oh,
got
no.
2 great wins against him. But I mean, the one time he was choked out, the other time where he choked out Brody in the coffin. I mean,
yeah.
Wrestle Dream. I just keep thinking of that match at Wrestle Dream when Brody was on the outside and he was like on the stairs and Darby's like, bet, and he just coffin dropped him on the
Yeah, he
stairs.
didn't care.
And I just-
Yeah.
Oh, like he's the only wrestler alive today that I genuinely like cringe because of one of those spots. And then he gets up and walks away. I'm like, that's not fair. I sleep wrong and I can't walk for a week. This dude coffin drops onto a stair and he's like, All right, guys, I'm going to IHOP.
Yeah, you guys want something to eat? Yeah. Well, and then throw Swerve into that mix, because then you got kind of all his hometown, indie area guys too, with that Northwest territory up there.
Yeah, it's craziness. It's wild, but I think that's why I love professional wrestling, because it's fun. Get your emotions going up and down, and like Rachel was saying, this tournament, I think is going to make me emotional too. 'Cause I honestly think that's why we're naming Redemption, regardless who wins. I just feel like it's because they like to tell those stories. Tony Khan loves, like, if Billy Starks beats Athena, it's a redemption. He loves those kind of stories. Bandido finally getting the ROH title. Like, I feel like he named it as like a little joke, because that's like his storyline trope is he loves people who struggled and failed for so long, like Mark Briscoe winning the Ring of Honor title.
Yep.
They struggle and fail, and they finally win it. And I feel like that's his favorite thing to do. So, who knows? I feel like
that could be
one of us has a winner.
I think so, and I also like that Billy Starks Athena for like a 0 hour for the Women's Ring of Honor Championship.
I like it.
That could be something there. Yeah, that'd be nice.
And I need to see Billy Starks. Athena more on Dynamite. Billy Starks can handle Ring of Honor, grow. Let's get Athena. Now's the right time. Tony's not out. Tony's not there. Let's bring Athena in. Let's kind of stabilize the division. Mercedes, Athena, Statlander, Megan Bain. You can have some top-heavy division. It can be fun.
I don't know what more Billy Starks needs to do for you to think that she doesn't need Ring of Honor. I think
she needs to carry
for AEW.
Yep, she needs to carry the Ring of Honor title. She needs to build herself.
You've got Skye Blue and Julia Hart killing it. Why can't Billy?
Because I think that she's earned the right to throw on Athena. I think she should help build that brand of Ring of Honor, so when she comes, she has a legacy to bring in. Like, I'm the Ring of Honor champion. I think it helps push her up the next level, get her past the Skye Blue, get her past Julia, get her to the TBS title scene.
Yeah, because whoever beats Athena will earn that. Woman. Yes, in essence, for Ring of Honor, because you're beating however long her reign's at right now. Oh my gosh.
Getting close to 1,300 days at this point.
Whatever, yeah, you know what it is. I've lost count, you know what I mean? But that's going to be something, because you're, dethroning one of the longer champions.
Yeah.
Especially for the ladies, besides like Moolah, nobody's beating that.
So get that rub, get that, like, I beat Athena. You could easily have that turn into her. So, yeah, I'm not saying she's, like, off Dynamite. I'm just saying, but she could be, like, that powerhouse of, like, the new dominant.
I just feel like...
You just want to see her on Dynamite.
Because she's earned it. She's worked hard.
But she's also earned that Ring of Honor title and being the one to dethrone Athena. She lost to her 3 times. Redemption.
That's more so what I was referring to, is the redemption theme more than anything. Because you can have a lot of different things there.
No, again, like, she's put this work in. I feel like we all drag about how Athena's had to put this work in on Ring of Honor. And people are upset about Deonna having to put work in on Ring of Honor. And it's like, Billy's been doing that for years too, though.
But
I wanted to include Deonna.
It's her age.
It's because what you're saying is completely different. If Athena has been carrying the load with the World Championship, she's put in a lot more work than a Billy Starks. It has nothing to do with her age. It's completely different situations. If she dethrones Athena, she's now that new standard bearer. That's where it kind of goes. This is standard bearer. It's not hot shotting, because then you're wasting that time. Because who dethrones Athena? It can't be a nothing story. It can't be a nothing.
It could still be Billy. She just doesn't need to build up Ring of Honor after. She's already done that.
But she hasn't. Athena has. Billy's not the one who's been building the division. That's what I'm saying.
Deonna was somebody I would have loved to include in this tournament.
I agree.
But I don't think it was going to happen. She would have been. She's one of my tinfoils for sure. I feel like she's too good of a wrestler for where she's at. Maybe they need to really get her involved in that Athena storyline to be able to take it from her. I mean, she could be
Persephone.
Yeah.
Have another double champ. They love those double champs. But
that's fair.
I definitely think that was fun. Anyone have any final thoughts about this, or any final thoughts about AEW before we kind of wrap up?
I don't think
I'm
so.
excited
I'm just
to
curious.
see what's up.
Curious to see how this plays out. Curious this redemption pay-per-view, because I haven't got to hear a whole lot about it yet. So, but it does kind of make sense with the timing we got right now. I mean, we're 4 weeks away from Double or Nothing ish, a month ish.
4 weeks away from Double or Nothing, and then we kind of go right into Forbidden Door builds, right into the road to All In, and before we know it, we're going to be looking at World's End going, what happened?
Yeah, exactly. So now I'm just looking forward to it, and I'm hoping we have some winners and some good contestants that are in it. So
I think so too. Definitely. Well, I appreciate you guys jumping on playing Fantasy Book with us. Now you can see it wasn't just hyperbole how difficult it was to put on the Booker hat, draw out the brackets, make a winner make sense. Or in Emily's case, hide your notebook and make sure no one steals it.
I didn't want you to see because I didn't want it to like sway you one way or another. I knew who your men's was because you've been fantasy booking this for a while.
I feel like mine's been. I feel like mine's been
For like
pretty
3
obvious.
years.
I've showed my hand for like 3. Yeah, 100%.
Hers was pretty easy on the men's too. So
I had it down.
Briscoe for a while.
But I do like that you guys are all thinking Windsor and Ospreay going back to when it was Britt and Adam.
Yes.
I just I don't know. I didn't even really think about that. I completely kind of spaced
you
that.
You just got
and
beef.
I just thought like powerhouses.
Yeah, you got Bane and Brody. Like
yeah.
I
got the
forgot
big
about
bads.
it even being at all in. So for like the home advantage, like
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think about any of the big picture of this. I just thought about like my heart and the wrestlers I wanted in it.
But sometimes it's
Nothing
sometimes
wrong
it's
with
fun
that.
to book that way. Yeah.
No, it's 100% fun to book that way because it's what you like. In ways, because when you start thinking about it, then you overthink it. So sometimes
Cam and I went through and I gave him a list and I was like, okay, this person or this person. And then it would be like, okay, well, who do you want to win completely? So, like, Cam did have a good helping hand in mind, but I was giving him, like, the options,
I like
Gotcha.
it.
Yep, I like it too.
Well, definitely. Let us know in the comments below whose tournament you liked, who's men's, who's women's. Let us know who you would book in your Owen Hart tournaments. Make sure you like our pages, subscribe, follow along with us. We have a lot of content coming up. You've heard us talk about all in the summer, but we also have 7th Cruise. More cruise content coming soon. Woo-hoo. Appreciate everyone for tuning in tonight. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Enjoy the draft, enjoy the playoffs, enjoy the summer, and remember always
keep the
keep the kayfabe.